Check your house right now. You probably have a cell phone, a tablet, or a laptop for everyone who lives there, even children. Sherry's been working on a special report about children and their smartphones.
And Jim, the reality is your child walks around with that smartphone every day. It's with them all the time. In a WIT 42 News investigation, we found that the decisions parents think their children will make with these smartphones don't always line up with what the child actually does, especially when confronted with choices that could result in them becoming a victim. We know because we put families to the test.
A teen alone in a parking lot where anything could happen.
Who's texting you tonight? You sure about that?
This is almost how this story ends, but to best protect your child from making a dangerous connection through text messaging or apps, you'll want to see how this story begins. In a crowded football stadium, where the WIT 42 investigative team conducted a social experiment, asking parents if they've taught their children how to be safe with their smartphones.
I can't really say that I've necessarily just sat them down and said, okay, you guys got to be careful about this, this, and this. I don't really think I have.
So are you okay with us putting your son to the test tonight here at the game?
Yeah.
Better educate.
We created our test with Homewood Police Officer Victor Sims. Through their Community Affairs Division, he talked with parents and helped us come up with scenarios at a school bus stop and a mall parking lot to see if, given the choice, children and teens would do what their parents thought they would do if they received a text message from someone they thought they knew.
Because when he had number.
At the game, this mom and I sent a text to her son pretending to be the friend of a friend.
I'm on my friend's phone. We're here at the game. Said you were here. Want to hang out with us? Meet me outside of the front gate, right where you come in. Ready? Send?
Yeah.
He replies right away.
New phone. Who dis? What are you thinking right now? Because I just saw your face.
Oh, Lord.
What are you thinking?
I wonder what he's going to do.
Another text. He asks for a last name, but gives us that name in his question.
Duh.
You got the lingo and everything.
But even that surprises you that he said he's communicating.
Well, I guess he would be questioning it. I mean, I might even, if I thought somebody was sending me a text and maybe they got a new phone or something, I don't think that I would, without talking to them, go meet up with them or anything.
So he says, yeah.
Okay. So, wow. Okay, well, I guess he's on his way. So let's see. Wow, I clearly need to get with the program. Just never thought about that.
We exchanged 2 more texts as our cameras watch him walk out of the bleachers, past his mom.
There he is. He just saw me. He came. He's right there. There he is. There he is right there. He's in the orange shirt. Oh my gosh, she just looked at me and said, oh wow, but he's still going.
And back to where this story could have ended, except the stranger our teen met was part of our experiment.
Your mom and Sherry Jackson are out there. Come on, let's go back in. We'll talk with them.
That's where we get to end this story on a lesson learned for the teen.
Just to get more information and see who's really out there, because it could be, like you said, somebody out there waiting for you in the parking lot to snatch you out.
And his mom.
I clearly need to be less naive about the phones and just assume that everything's going to be okay and speak with my children directly about this sort of thing and just get more informed.
At least as informed as the people who use text messaging and social media apps to victimize children.
Wow, amazing stuff there. My daughter's away from me. Inside the house is one thing, but away from me, she has that phone with her all the time. And at some point, I think personal responsibility is huge.
And that was what we found with this, and the parents we talked to, was that a lot of times we assume that they are just as safe and smart in that digital space, and we teach them about talking to strangers out in public, but they don't necessarily know strangers because they communicate with their friends all the time through text messaging.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as dangerous as the white van I grew up with on the corner selling candy or something.
But it could very well be. Lots of conversation. Tomorrow, we're going to test an 11-year-old with her family on a school bus and see what happens.
On a school bus?
On a school bus.
Wow, that is scary stuff. All right, we got more after this. Stay with us.